We continue with the 7 traits of highly narcissistic people. And we're on trait number 5, but let's do a quick review. I'm Dr. David Hawkins, Director of the Marriage Recovery Center and the Emotional Abuse Institute, where we specialize in all things pertaining to narcissism and emotional abuse. Such a complex topic. It seems that we can never really say enough about this topic and learn as much as we possibly can, because as we learn more, then we become more skillful at determining when narcissism and emotional abuse is taking place and how to best confront it. But back to the 7 traits of highly narcissistic people. Trait number 1, they're always right. And of course, they're not, but they believe that they are always right. Number 2, they have an attitude of superiority. Number 3, they act like they shouldn't be challenged. By the way, you can hear that all of these traits overlap and they bleed into one another. Trait number 4, they act like they have the right to be hurtful. And now trait number 5, they act dismissive and believe that your opinions don't matter and that they have a right to be dismissive. All of these traits are hurtful. They're abusive, frankly. But this one, to be dismissed repeatedly, again and again and again, takes such a tremendous toll on you. If you're in relationship with a boss, a mate, a friend, whose world revolves around them, and you feel unimportant, unvalued, dismissed. This is such a hurtful aspect to any relationship. Now, when we think about it, as I work with individuals that are narcissistic, this attitude of superiority is pervasive. It bleeds into everything that this individual says and does. It is tragically quite natural for them. I'm often asked the question, do they intend to do this? And I think a great answer is, whether they intend to do it or don't intend to do it, they don't intend not to do it. They haven't really looked at their lives and looked at the repercussions of this dismissive attitude. What are some of the ways dismissiveness shows up? Well, it shows up in one aspect. It shows up in simply not asking you about your life and how you are and what your world looks like. They don't take the time to care. Oh, they may say they care. They may say that you're very valuable to them, but do they ask about you? Do they keep track of what's going on in your world? Are they curious about what makes you tick? Are they curious about what you're hurting about? Dismissiveness treats another individual as if they are invisible, voiceless, powerless. And it is incredibly painful. They act as if your opinions don't matter. It may take the form of domination, foisting their will, their opinion, their power on you, foisting aggression on you, powering over you. We're going to do it my way. The way you want to do it doesn't make any sense. So we're going to do it my way. And if you're with an individual that is dismissive like this, it is incredibly tempting to shrink back and become smaller, 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 smaller. So pretty soon you find yourself thinking, what am I getting out of this? What is the value of this relationship to me? And you may work for this individual. You may have a family with this individual. You may have a network of friends with this individual. And so simply letting go may be easier said than done. But let's talk about how to respond to a dismissive person. By the way, I find myself thinking the same kinds of solutions for all of these things. So as I think about what are the steps of recovery, they're kind of the same for all of these different traits. So if you've heard this before, that's right, you've heard it before. How to respond to a dismissive person, a person who rolls their eyes at your thoughts, a person who doesn't ask about what you're involved in, what your world is like, what you are feeling, what you want. First of all, I want you to begin with self-validation. I've said this before. I've said it again and again and again. Change begins with our own conviction that you are of value. Your opinions matter. What you think, what you feel, what you want, it all matters. You deserve not to be dismissed. One more time, you deserve not to be dismissed, but you're going to have to believe that. And it's hard to believe in the face of someone who is dismissing you again and again and again and again. This is a hard first step. Second step, make your expectations clear. I think it's fine to navigate through the world and say, I expect, if I'm going to be in a relationship with you, I expect to be heard. I expect you to care about my feelings, what I think, what I feel, what I want. I expect that. Let's be critically clear here. I expect that. If I'm going to work for you, if I'm going to work with you, if I'm going to be in relationship with you, if I'm going to be married to you, I expect that. So I'm going to make my expectations crystal clear. And this individual's response will be very, very telling. Very telling. It will tell you, does this individual then say, okay, duly noted? Or do they dismiss you when you say that? I still want you to do steps 1 and 2. Self-validate. Have this inner conviction that you are of value. Step 2, make your expectations clear. Step 3, I want you to do this one as well all the time. Confront any dismissiveness. When you walk out of the room when I'm talking, I feel really disregarded. And I want you to know I don't like it. Very clear, right? When you interrupt me repeatedly when I'm talking, I am tempted to not say anything more. I want to be heard. When you argue against any point of view that I bring to you, it is very tempting not to bring any point of view to you again. But if I do that, that will begin the demise of our relationship, if that matters to you. And then step number 4, bring about natural consequences. No, I'm not going to join you with our other friends tonight. I've felt really disregarded by you. No, I don't want to sit down and have dinner with you tonight. I'm really upset at how you treated me earlier today. No, I don't like working for you. It's become very burdensome, and I'm feeling very disregarded here. Whatever the situation is, again, the 4 steps: self-validate, have that inner conviction that you are of value. Step 2, make your expectations clear. Step 3, confront any dismissive behavior, call that person out, and step 4, bring about natural consequences. All right, we will move on to traits 6 and 7 in forthcoming videos. As always, if we can be helpful to you, reach out to our client care team. We've got a whole team of professionals, client care team, and treating clinicians that can help you navigate your path forward. All right, take care, and as always, God bless.